The Montfort Academy is an award-winning classical high school for boys and girls. Our curriculum offers the best that man has thought, said, or done in the world. It is a place where the Harvard classics are standard texts and the night sky is a scientific laboratory.
Well, I started the Montfort Academy out of a real love of education and an understanding of the importance of education in the formation of the minds, the bodies, and souls of our future generations, our young men and women today, who are going to be the leaders of tomorrow. I started it because I wanted to return to the basics of education. I saw many schools moving away from Latin, Greek, astronomy, rhetoric, debate, and in a sense, moving away from that classical tradition which helped so much in building character and in helping to form character.
We are an independent Catholic high school in the Archdiocese of New York, faithful to the magisterium of the Church.
Montfort Academy offers an education that fosters reflective thought, something that we don't always see in education today.
We guide each student to seek wisdom, practice virtue, and keep the faith.
The Montfort Academy is a classical high school for young boys and girls to come and learn, expand our knowledge in all sorts of subjects such as Western Civ, Latin, my personal favorite, Latin, philosophy, Greek literature, and fine arts.
Whether in the classroom in Catona or on an archaeological excavation in Tuscany, our students are taught the fundamentals of Western civilization. They leave our hallways wise, thoughtful, and confident, as well as humble and selfless, extraordinarily well prepared for college and for success in a global world. Our curriculum includes civics, astronomy, ethics, economics, debate, math, science, literature, history, philosophy, theology, Latin, Greek, Italian, the arts, archaeology, computers, and chess. Courses that have all but disappeared in today's classroom. Our education is liberal and broad, tried and true.
In via pernoctare curriculum est. Jeremy?
Often, so many people think that a classical education really narrows the mind to one particular train of thought, but my experience here at Montfort has been quite different. I've really been liberated from this mental trap that ensnares so many in our culture, and I've really learned how to pick through the virtues and vices of different philosophies and ideas, and find what is true, good, and beautiful, and defend it.
What happens in our classrooms is magical, the birth of lifelong learning. Our strength is our teachers, dynamic professionals who possess profound knowledge and crucial life experience. Our faculty includes a lawyer, published authors, a businessman, an Air Force officer, and a Grammy Award-winning musician, as well as teachers with decades of academic experience in both public and private schools. But the heart of Montfort's magic is the Socratic method, in which the teacher engages the student in a spirited conversation, guiding them through carefully posed questions to perceive the logic of an argument or the reasoning behind a conclusion.
Righteousness, justice, equity. Are these qualities of wisdom?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, how come you guys didn't raise your hands? Let's go. Ben, tell me, how? Explain it to me. What's wise dealing?
Teaching wisdom to others.
Wise dealing. What's a deal?
When you exchange.
Yes, there's an exchange.
So there's an exchange of wisdom.
It could be an exchange of goods. It says wise dealing. In other words, you're wise in your dealings.
Right.
Exactly. It sounds like merchants. It sounds like merchants trading. And what do you need to know in order to trade things? What do you need to know? Yeah, Nick? A value. Exactly.
Oscar Wilde said, a man who cannot think for himself cannot think at all. And this sticks with the Socratic method because in the Socratic method, you're not taught what to think, but more guided along a path where you can learn to think for yourself.
Our classrooms are a sanctuary of learning, where all students can freely participate and contribute. Our clubs are as diverse as our students.
Like this to you because
We took scrap metal that we found at IBM and we turned it into this whole robot. It's pretty much a great opportunity for everyone because it allows you to use your minds and use your hands when sometimes you might not be able to do that in school.
Our crown jewel is a 1-month archaeological expedition to Italy. This award-winning program includes stops in Tuscany, Calabria, Sicily, and Rome. Here, our students taste and touch the very beginnings of civilization so they can better chart the future. Montfort students also have access to internships that only our prestigious Board of Advisors can provide. Entree to, for example, the renowned Newington Cropsey Foundation. Our athletic programs include varsity soccer, basketball, baseball, lacrosse, and fencing. Sports are not just about a strong body, but about a disciplined mind and a virtuous soul.
Being part of Montfort Athletics means more than just showing up. It means commitment, self-sacrifice, loyalty, and teamwork. It has taught me sportsmanship and how to compete and have fun at the same time. I'm proud to be a Montfort Knight.
Our first objective is the sanctification of the student to be with God forever in heaven. We care about our students beyond the mere assigning of grades. We care about who they are and who they will be.
We are given the opportunity to go to Mass every day. It's optional. And then on Fridays, we go to Mass together as a school, and we are offered confessions once a week, also on Fridays. So it's a very big role, and I think a lot of people appreciate it.
As Montfort students grow in virtue, character, and nobility, they leave prepared to defend, promote, and celebrate all that is good, true, and beautiful. Our second objective is the transformation of the charitable ways in which our students touch their families, peers, neighbors, and country. They learn to recognize their blessings, to accept their responsibility as bearers of Christ's love in a world that needs their help and example. Our students have fed the homeless during midnight runs in New York City, collected money for building a new home for a mother and child in Sri Lanka, sent care packages to U.S. soldiers overseas, and badly needed supplies to a struggling school in Afghanistan, and traveled to flood-ravaged areas of Mississippi.
It was a wonderful, eye-opening experience. I learned about how other people live and how badly some things can happen in the world and how terrible some accidents can be. And I really learned that being gracious and patient is a really good virtue to have.
Our students know that to whom much is given, much is expected. Finally, our goal is to offer our students the highest ideals of scholarship, sportsmanship, moral development, and citizenship, affording them a priceless and unparalleled education that will last a lifetime.